Welcome to the Endgame.
Hilarious.
What up, good people? What up? What up? This is ATL Sports Endgame. I'm your host, the therapist ATL. And before me, you have the illustrious AFN crew. Tonight, we about to hit you over the head with the facts, the stats, and the truth. I'm bringing up the rear, getting y'all ready for the weekend. So, before all of that, right now, further ado, we have the first lady in the building, Miss Maggie T. As y'all currently know, Miss Maggie Fontenot. Miss Maggie Fontenot, say hello to the people.
What's up, people? What's up? Just wanted to come on and Christian your new show. Congratulations, the therapist ATL, on your debut this week. Look, y'all, AFN's coming out with all the shows this year. Y'all gonna have non-stop entertainment every single day of the week. Trust and believe, and we mean that. So just want to go ahead and give you a shout out, the therapist ATL. Appreciate you. And good luck
Appreciate you,
on your
Miss
show
Maggie.
tonight. I'm finna go on the back and chillax. What's up, Pam? I see you, girl.
Hey, look, people, thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna get to you in just a moment. Look, I want to give a shout out to my brother, Big Will, the Georgia Reaper, for joining me. Big Will, what it is, man? How's everything going?
Man, what's happening, man? It's your boy Will, the Georgia Reaper, and this mother clucker. How the hell are you? Well, I'm supporting everything and everything around this motherfucker. You understand me?
Hey,
Let's get it.
that's how we do. And below me, y'all know him as Blackberry Larex, captain of the
Mm-hmm.
Rex Pit. But I call this man the deacon of defense because he'll take you to church, leave you at the altar, and then bust you in the mouth with the truth. Blackberry Larex, what it is, bro. Thanks for joining us. Hey, man, what's going on?
Thanks for having me. It's a pleasure to be here and an honor to be here on the inaugural show of the Falcons therapist, the ATL therapist, one, the super villain, whatever y'all want to call them. He all that. So, man, it's a pleasure, man. Appreciate you for having me, man.
Hey, man, thanks for coming on. Hey, look, make sure y'all always tune in to the Rex Pit every Thursday. This man gonna bring it to you, like I say, him and the crew. But last but certainly not least, it is it is the captain. He's the emperor. He is Senator Palpatine, aka Mad Bravo Mike Sports.
What's happening, y'all? I hope y'all can hear me. Maggie picking on me, talking about I couldn't. She didn't damn hear my voice. So the hell with you, Maggie. All right.
You know what?
It's
I am in the
all
background. It ain't gonna take me much to just show up and
Oh,
say,
I'm cool.
you know what? This is
I thought you were gone. I was gonna talk plenty shit behind your back, girl.
I ain't too
My
far.
bad. I'm sorry now. I'm sorry now.
Hey,
Not too far, Mike.
she messed up. She messed up the Craig moment.
Yeah.
I'm going
Damn,
by
I thought I was
Oh
gonna be
man,
talking
keep
shit
on
behind your back. Damn.
I ain't too far,
I'm
Mike.
sorry. I apologize.
Mhm.
Yo, look, I'll tell you what. We're gonna do the in-game roll call. And look who's in pole position. We got Bubba Gump. What's up? ATL Leo. He said, what's up, fam? Dan Burst, William, Amy, what's going on? Lee 85, thanks for joining. Jay Diaz, what's up? Dre Murphy. Hey, absolutely. Absolutely. We got okay, Dre, you in there. Todrick Davis, Miss Pamela Johnson. Hey, Auntie, what's going on? Engine number 9, Dirty Bird Dixon. What's going on, Facebook user? Um, Thanks for joining us. Xavier Littman. And hey, Dre Murphy. All right. And can they hit the
here.
link? King
Appreciate
Richie.
everybody.
Drew. Driz. Hey man. Thank you guys for tuning in. Listen, we're gonna get right into it. Um
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like and that subscribe button for my boy, man. Let's get it.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Look. Right now, we just gonna go off the rip. Like I said, tonight is an improv. Um, First of all, I want to get started. You guys know we coming up. We about to play the Green Bay Packers and everything. And if you've been listening to the shows earlier this week, you know what I'm saying, all of our fellas been breaking down the keys and everything. But I got a twist to it. I want to give player matchups because, as we all know, Cordero Patterson and Jeff Okudah back on the field. Hope that Calais Campbell, him and Troy Anderson, speedy recovery and everything. They're just trying to make sure that those guys are fully ready to go when it's time to get out on the field, which is a smart move. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start off with Blackberry, man. What are some of the key matchups in Sunday's game that you see that will either make or break, this game?
I see some matchups with the secondary unit for Green Bay and our receiving group. They are undersized compared to our receivers, but they got that dog mentality over there in that secondary group of Green Bay. So I'm gonna have a close look, have a close eye on that group. And you know what? I really think that's the really only compelling matchup for me when it comes to Green Bay. Everything else, I'm not really that much concerned with.
Okay. And I want to give a shout out to my brother-in-law in the chat, man. Driz, what up, David, man? Hey, thanks for joining, bro. Look, man, you and the missus, y'all know y'all can come on. Hey, when y'all get a chance, make sure y'all come, chill with us and the crew, man. We bringing everybody the facts and stats and the truth. But Big Will, what matchups you think is gonna be, the deciding factor in this game, man?
I'm looking at the trenches, man. I want to see our trenches start off faster. You know what I mean? I don't want to come off sluggish like they did last week. I want to come out on fire like they got their hair on fire. You know what I mean? I want to see some goddamn head busting early. I want to see that. And then we come out busting heads early. We got this game, 35-14. But
Hey, hot take. Y'all heard it here first. Hey, look, Georgia Reaper, he gonna cut you low every time. Look, that's what we do around here. Mad Mike, what do you think, man? What matchups do you see making doing a make or break for this game?
Um, I don't think anybody is talking about this matchup, but I want to see Jair Alexander and Drake London. I think Drake London gonna get the best of him. He got the size, he got the athleticism, obviously got the hands, but Jair, they don't play a lot of man to man. So if we can find a way to get him man to man, him and Jair, it'll be a fight. But if he stay in zone, if they play a lot of zone, yeah, Drake gonna have a great day.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna travel. But I don't think Jair's gonna travel. So we gonna have to get that matchup.
Yeah, and I like this right here from Bubba Gump. He said our veteran secondary needs to baptize Green Bay's young wide receiver group. And me personally, the matchups are my match is gonna be the three-headed monster. I want to see how their defense handles, um, our running back trio. Like literally, you know, Bijan on one side, Tyler, on the other side, and Cordero Patterson in the backfield because I want to see who who y'all gonna put on them, who y'all gonna guard. On defense, all I want is our linebackers and our edges to get at the quarterback, make him uncomfortable. Don't let him sit back there and have time to make business decisions. Those are the matchups because, like you said, we got out to a slow start. And as we told y'all, Arthur Smith was allowing the Panthers to showcase Bryce Young while they was filling him out. This game right here, you got tape on him. You not only got tape on him, you got a coach, the assistant head coach in Jerry Gray who actually coached that organization. So we have an insider person that knows the tendencies. That's what y'all got to pay attention to. On his defense, he is going to teach the defensive line. He's going to teach the DBs. He's going to teach the corners and safeties. the little tendencies that they have to give us an edge up on them. Now, another thing I'll say is, and I know, the guys talked about Drake London. For all of y'all that got upset about Drake coming off the field, you got to understand any player, and I mean any player, be it wide receiver, tight end, running back, if they do not perform, Arthur going to take them out the game. Point blank, period. And that came by him saying there's no one player going to be bigger than the team. If you're not performing the way you should, you're going to come out the game because he's not going to leave liabilities on the field. And yeah, I know y'all talked about, how our O-line played, but trust me, if you're not doing your job, you're coming off the field. Which I want to segue into this next point because I know Mike and I definitely talked about that, and I want to get y'all thoughts on it. I seen this on social media, and it was the quote-unquote rankings of our O-line to the point where Chris Lindstrom had a 16, correct me if I'm wrong, was it 16% on was it on PFF?
Yes, it was.
And because I know Mike brought this to my attention, I want Mike to take lead on this right quick. Mike, give us your thoughts on that because it seems like they are deliberately trying to find any needle in the haystack to say, see, we told you them Falcons weren't what they advertised.
Well, I'll say this. If you're gonna listen to PFF, look, I'm just gonna I'm gonna question whether you have eyeballs or just you human. Okay, just like PFF, they have no freaking clue how they supposed to grade. There are only a certain amount of people who are even qualified for their own system. How the hell are you gonna create a system that only have not a fraction of the people can even grade the system or do it properly? Like it shouldn't be that dang on difficult. So to tell me that Chris Lindstrom, Jake Matthews, that everybody was just terrible. Look, we didn't have the greatest game. I'll be the first to admit that. But just like a 16, like how do you come out there with 16 when your team rushed for over 100 something yards? Like rushing game got to count for something. Okay, I'm just saying it got to count for something. Like, am I that damn ignorant? Am I that ignorant? Like, I just want to. I'm like somebody tell me, am I? If you would have said 60, 50. All right, but 16, man, get out of here with this nonsense. Like, please do not take PFF too seriously. I think if you want to put it on a scale a scale of 100, man, I say by 30%. All right, that's 30%. You take that seriously. It really is the worst thing that you can go by when as it pertains to just the NFL game. Don't look at it. Like they can't even tell you how they run their system because it's imperfect.
Right. Big Will, what you got, man? What's your thoughts on that? Because I mean, personally, me, I find that highly disrespectful, especially for a leading blocker, man.
Hey, me personally, bro, I never really paid any attention to PFF grades. When they graded Jalen Mayfield high as hell one time, I was like, oh, I know they on some bullshit. Jalen Mayfield would get his ass turned like a turnstile every fucking game. But bro, I'm telling you, if you gonna look at stats and shit like percentages, go to the 4-letter network. They have been in the game for a long time. They do got people who specialize in that goddamn that area. But when you're looking at this stuff, look at the stats and your eye test. Put both of them together. Don't just look at the stats. Look at the stats and your eye test. Go look at the film. It's gonna give you the truth about it. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it.
Yeah. What about you, Blackberry? Because I know you a defensive guy, but I know you got a little bit of love for the O-line, and you've been critical of a couple players that didn't suit your eye test. But what would you think about that rating? Because I mean, I don't know if it irritated you, but it irritated the crap out of me.
I'll be honest with you, I'm learning about it right now in real time because I missed that one. listen, man. PFF ain't nothing but a bunch of goddamn geeks sitting up in their mama's basements, pretending like they interested in some other than damn Dungeons and Dragons. That's all the motherfuckers is. But
Not the Dungeons and Dragons.
fucking Zelda and fucking shit. But
Zelda.
I'm gonna say this, man. Like Will just said, you gotta, if you're gonna go by numbers, you can't excuse the eye test as well. Yeah, okay. In one area, in the pass protection, they wasn't too high. They didn't do all that high until later in the game. They got better as the game went on. This grading shit that PFF does, I mean, if you were to be logical about it, PFF, you wouldn't do no damn grades till about week 4, 5, or 6. Because it's beginning of the season. Everybody got to get tape on one another. Everybody got to get a feel for the season. You know, especially with the way preseason set up now. So
right,
you just that grading shit, man. Listen, y'all, don't look at film and make your own. Give your own opinion based off of what you see, not what you see on a stat sheet.
Right. All right. And I mean, because to get that man to 16, like, really? Come on now. And I mean, PFF to me, you know what? PFF to me is like people trying to recreate the recipe for water. It's redundant because at some point in the season, every lineman is gonna have a bad day. I don't care how good they are. Every lineman is gonna have a bad day. Even down to your Hall of Famers. Your Hall of Famers had bad days. There were games where they look butt awful. But that's the nature of the game. That's how you grow. And then it depends on too, like you said, what scheme you in, who's coaching. It's a lot of factors that go into that. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't like the Falcons came out there and just laid down for 2 quarters and we decided we're gonna play football again. That's not happening. So,
hey man, shout out to Pasta Girl for watching from Los Angeles over here.
Hey, Pasta Girl, she ate you. You all the way over there. Hey, look. I know what time is it now.
Hey girl, let me get some of that pasta. Can I have some of that pasta, girl?
You
Just a
got a
little
little
bit,
bit of
just a little
sun
bit.
left, and Matt Mike said he wants some linguine, so make sure you give him some linguine.
Yeah, give me some linguine.
I think it's like 6:35 there.
Yeah. So you got a little bit of sun left. Thank you for joining in, man. Hey, look, tell your people out there in Los Angeles to like, share, and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We doing big things
that
over
pasta
here in the
do sound
ATL.
good though.
Man, what you talking about?
My bad. That sounds good right about now.
Hey, man, Mike, you having an Olive Garden moment, man.
Yeah.
But
damn, is Olive Garden still open? What time?
It's open. It's either that, Maggiano's, or Carrabba's. One of the three. Yes. I love Italian food, so I'm an avid Italian food eater.
Yes,
sir. But what I wanted to get into tonight, because this is an impromptu show, the flagship show, we got some straightening to do. I wanted to give you guys a recap and everything. Shout out to Coach Unchained. Appreciate you, Coach, for the shout out, man. Thank you for tuning in. John St. Clair, appreciate you. We ran across some foolery, and we're going to continue part 2 of the media and disrespect for this team. First we had, some interesting people from teams that ain't seen the Super Bowl in 25 years running they duck lips. But now we have some more people that I find interesting. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. See the love? Portland. Hey, Coach. Hey, John St. Clair, Coach, maybe like a couple 100 miles ahead of you, bro.
Right.
You in Portland, he over there in Seattle. So shout out to the West Coast. But we got some people that don't believe in stats. I'll say it like that. And over here at AFN, Mad Mike Sports, Unholy Alliance, the conglomerate, what we say, facts, stats, and the truth. So some people have said that, if, you want stats, then, they don't do that kind of thing. So my question is this. If you don't do stats, what do you do? Because if you don't do stats, that means you're leaning on emotions, expectations, and guesstimations. And we don't do that around here. You do a disservice to your fans once again. But I'm gonna let Mad Mike dive into this right quick, and then I'm gonna follow that up with Big Wheel because Mad Mike had a couple thoughts this afternoon. Mike, what were your thoughts on that?
I'm I want to ask this question. Yeah, everybody can hear me well, right?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, because I want this to be absolutely. Um, so anybody that says they don't do stats, I think they're a fucking liar. I think you're a liar. You just do stats when it pertains to your particular argument, whether it's positive, negative, to or fro. I think anybody that says they don't do stats, like I said, I think you're a fucking liar. I mean, every word that I just said, a fucking liar. Everybody is just when it comes down to certain people, when it comes down to certain teams, we don't. Reason why I can say that? What was your first thought when you saw Julio had 300 yards receiving? Yeah,
Go
exactly. What your eyes did exactly like, damn. So this is why you say that. When you saw Kobe Bryant put up 81, what the first thing that came to mind?
That nigga ain't passing the ball.
That too. But you said damn, right? But you said damn. When you said Ronald Acuna hit that bitch almost 500 yards, 500 feet, everybody said damn, right?
Right.
When you see Michael Jordan fly through the air, dunk on a 7-foot center guy, and you say, damn, Michael Jordan, 6 in a row. LeBron James put up like he's the all-time. Come on, stop it. Right? Everybody looks at numbers. You just choose to not focus on it when you don't like a specific player. Right? I'm just
Exactly.
so I say that to say this. Our thing is you can't have stats, you can't have film without each other. Each the film complements the stats and the stats complement the film. All right. So if you are going off your emotion, how can we as a fan trust anything you have to say? You're driven off emotion. And if you're into being a content creator, I think we I think we owe it to not only the people that follow us, but it's people that's trying to learn the game. You know what I'm saying? That don't know as much as the one or myself or Big Will or one time for the one time for the fan, audio Falcon, mind pound pound. We owe it to these guys to teach them things that they may not even understand. So it's like if you driven by emotion, bro, like look, come on, man. This is like let's stop. Okay, let's just stop lying. Lying is just a bunch of liars out here. You only focus on the numbers when you want to, and that's all I gotta say about that. I just like I said, I think anybody who said they don't focus on numbers, I think they're freaking liars.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big Will, what you got, man?
Hey man, he said a mouthful right now. I always say, bro, you got to have the eye test when you're looking at the stats. You can't do one without the other, just like you just said out of mouth. I preach this all the time when I'm in argument with people. When they talk about the stats or whatever, I say you got to have the eye test because them stats can be screwed sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Them stats can be misleading sometimes. You got to look at the eye test. Maybe he had like what Brian Burns had all that goddamn pressure against us in the first quarter. What did he do the other 3 quarters? Not a
Yeah.
motherfucking thing. That's what I'm saying. You got to look at the eye test along with the stats, bro. Before it was ESPN, it was the newspaper. You get every fucking Sunday sports section looking at the fucking stats. So tell me you ain't look at those stats. Please tell me you ain't look at those stats.
Well, let me ask you a question. Ain't score stats?
You know what I'm saying? We true to this, not new to this shit, bro. You understand me? Don't hit me when I don't be looking at stats, bro. Yeah, like Mike said, y'all using it when it's your narrative. When it fits your narrative, that's when you use stats.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah,
we had a quarterback. We had a quarterback here for 14 years putting up stats, but y'all call him Stat Ryan. But when Desmond Ritter don't put up the stat but get you a dub, oh, well, hey, he need to throw the ball more. God damn, did we just have that? What's up? Which one you want?
So y'all feed into the media. Y'all feed into what ESPN telling you and Fox telling you. You feed into what they tell it. If you let them tell it, Brian Burns, he whooped our ass from horn to horn. If you let them tell it,
Right.
but everybody watching the game know after the first quarter he was non-existent.
Right.
Now out the gate he was like a bull seeing red. But after that first quarter, he fizzed out. He cooled down.
You know why? It called adjustments. Adjustment.
All right.
You ain't gonna keep sitting there and let a motherfucker keep whipping your ass all game, not make no adjustment. That make you a shitty coach. We made adjustments, bro.
Well, see, this is my thing, and I find this ironic. So you telling me that as a person in the media, regardless if it's content creator, Twitter, or major media outlet, that my fans, the people, my subscribers, don't have a right to know how many yards a person ran, how many yards a person threw, how many field goals, you know what I'm saying? What was the percentage of it? What was the score? You know what I'm saying? How many sacks? You know what I'm saying? How many penalties? So you mean to tell me I'm on here day in and day out, so-called preaching what's a good word? Preaching the fact that I'm a real Falcon fan, but I want to sit up here and say, well, if you want stats, we don't do that. It doesn't make any sense. Because without stats, how you gonna know who won? That's the main thing. How you know who won? How do I know who won enough to get somebody to the Super Bowl without stats? Because I hate to tell you, at the end of the game, it ain't could be or possibly is a numerical number here versus a numerical number there. And they go on a chart and and based on that number of wins and losses, that determines a team's placement, and that also determines a team's viability when it comes time for the salary cap and the draft. So
hey, so
you
that,
mean to
that's
tell
a,
me?
that, my fault.
Go ahead,
Go ahead, bro.
But no, I was gonna say. So you mean to tell? Go ahead.
Perfect example. How many passing yards Kirk Cousins had his first two games?
Well, we don't do stats over here, so I don't
The
know.
man
Shit,
averaging
like,
over 300 yards passing a game.
What is record? 700 yards, don't it?
What is record?
He might be at 1,000 before we get into week 4.
Right.
This man 0-2 after averaging over 300 yards, over 3 touchdowns a game because his team can't hold on to the ball.
Now, what you saying that when the end of the season come and it's time for you to get them incentives on your check, how do I know how much the money to pay you if there ain't no stats? How much cap space do I need to allocate towards your team if there ain't no stats? See, my thing is we want to hide stats, like Mike said. We want to hide stats so we can interject emotions and feelings and all the pretty little things in life. butterflies and flowers and ticker tape parades. Nobody want to do that. My opinion is, if you don't want to go by stats, why are you on here? Why are you doing sports? You could just as well be doing like Bob Ross and be painting. Or you could be like this old house. You could be,
Oh my God, man.
yeah, I'm just saying. You could be putting up houses on HGTV. They got plenty of shows where you can do that. You got
Hell,
a
even Snooki
response.
was doing that.
Right. You got a responsibility to give your subscribers everything. Because I'm gonna tell you something. A person that don't know football learns the game of football is going to enjoy it a lot more. Because we got enough people out there on social media that like watching people run around like little marbles on the field. Ooh, I like the color of their jersey. Which one's winning? Like, come on, man. What are we doing?
Like
You know,
I
I
said,
got a sales background. Go ahead, Mike.
no, go.
Go ahead, Blackberry.
Mike, you there? Oh, okay. All right. I got a sales background, man. Something they taught us in sales was for every objection, you can have a rebuttal as long as you know what you're talking about. As long as you know your product. You'll always have a rebuttal for every objection. For every no, you'll have a rebuttal.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of y'all keep pointing to, this Ritter only had 18 attempts and 115 yards. Okay. Well, did you think about the 3 times that the defense gave him short fields to work with so that he didn't have to go a whole 80 or 75 yards? Did you think about that? Did you think about the fact that special teams unit did a hell of a job giving them short fields so he didn't have to go the full length of the field? Did you think about the running game working so well that why do you need to throw the ball if the running game is working? Did you think about that? Well, did you think about this? For those of you who say, well, if Jesse Bates don't create those turnovers, who knows what this game would have looked like? Well, did you stop to ask yourself, well, what in the fucking uniform that motherfucker got on? Last time I checked, he got on a Falcon uniform. So that means we got him on our team.
Read.
So regardless of these stupid ass criticisms and objections that y'all got about what y'all think y'all see out there, there's a rebuttal for all of that shit, man. Now this ain't like teams before. Well, we know the pass rush was bad. Well, we know the secondary gave up big plays. Well, we know those kind of things. But you can't argue the facts. The facts are Jesse Bates is an Atlanta Falcon. So when he creates turnovers, that means the Falcons created turnovers. Right. The fact is, the defense only gave up 10 points against y'all golden boy, Bryce Young. They only gave up 10 points. But all y'all can focus on is why Desmond Ritter didn't throw the ball to Kyle Pitts enough. Why Drake London didn't have a catch. Let's forget all about the fact that we beat the motherfuckers by 2 touchdowns.
Right. Hey, and let's not forget now. Let's not forget. Cool was on vacation. Cool came out there and made 2 appearances. If 1 or 2, if that. Y'all got to pay attention to the schemes at hand.
Right.
Now, for every
know.
Go ahead, Will.
Just know everybody's entitled to their opinion, but your shit will be challenged over here. So don't come with no bullshit if you ain't got no facts to back it up. You understand me?
Yeah. My issue is stop throwing jabs and then hiding behind mediocre takes. Stop throwing jabs and then hiding behind mediocre takes. Period. because you're doing yourself a disservice, not us. I'm gonna say it again. Stop throwing jabs and then hiding behind mediocre takes. You're doing yourself a disservice, not us. See them people in
Man,
the
don't. My fault, Juan. Go ahead, bro.
see them people in the comment section with the exception of the mud butt crew. You do yourself a disservice. Ain't nobody over here lying to them people over there. We we've been force feeding them the truth for the longest time, whether they want it or not. Period. This right here ain't going nowhere. We ain't stopping. We ain't backing down. We ain't coming off what we said, to include takes. We'll gladly take anybody that want to hear the truth. The rest of y'all can keep playing in the sandbox. And yeah, I said it. I'm on Twitter if you got a problem with it. You see the look on my face? Do I look bothered? Cut out the bullshit.
Right.
You
And
ain't
man,
got to like.
y'all
Go ahead, Will.
stop hating on. Stop calling yourself a Falcon fan, but every chance you get, you hate on the coach, you hate on the fucking quarterback, bro. Just come out and say you don't like the motherfuckers. I respect you more for that.
Right.
Come out and tell me you don't like them. I respect you more for that. Well, man, invite me on y'all shows, man. We can debate this shit. I'll debate you all day long. I'm gonna bring stats with me. You feel me?
That part.
You know what I respect more out of them? If you just kept it real and said that this team done broke your heart too many times.
Thank you.
Keep it 100. Keep it 100. Just say that just say you too hurt. Just say you too hurt to follow anything they doing right now until they win a championship. Because that's really what deep down a lot of y'all really want to say.
That's
real.
what it is. Don't throw your season tickets. I've been having season tickets since 19 in my face and shit. Okay, nobody tell you to buy a season ticket, bro. You chose to do that shit.
Right.
You can sit at the house and watch the game like we do. We sit at the house and watch it on TV. You can watch the game just like we do, bro. I ain't tell you to buy them tickets.
For
Come on, man.
free.
Let's be real with this, bro. Let's be real with this, man.
Look, and like Will said, nobody put a gun to your head and made you buy season tickets, made you get in your car and drive down to the bins. You pay, fortunately, you pay for electricity and you pay for internet. You can see the TV. You already paying for something. You might as well get your money's worth. And if you don't like the Falcons and you don't like Reddit, just say so. It's 31 other teams. Y'all act like y'all have to watch. You don't have to watch, and we not gonna miss you. We not. We gonna be just fine. Period. Just remember, we don't need you when we start winning. When we get to the postseason, so you're gonna be a lot of bandwagons, and I mean, if we gonna hold everybody to task, we gotta hold everybody, man. Period. Nobody out here gonna feel bad because you don't like the way Arthur Smith do something. He told you himself, and the quarterback told you himself. They don't care. They care about wins. How they win is none of your business. But if you want to learn, we'll teach you. I'm still learning. Ain't nobody on this panel an expert. We never claim to be. We're students of the game. But if y'all like know-it-alls, feel free to roam. Feel free. Mike, what you got? What you got to say about that?
I like to say this. It's okay to have your point of view. Perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine to have that. But um, I think if you have a certain uh, level of platform to reach, a certain amount of people, I think it's our obligation for people to know, the truth about things. Like whether or not we agree on it, no, because we have ESPN, we have Fox Sports, and all these guys, and we all know that we may have 2 minutes the entire week for a whole week. We may have 2 minutes, and that's like I said, those are just highlights. 2 weeks, 2 minutes out of 2 weeks, we may have that. But if you're a Falcons creator, journalist, whatever you want to call yourself, I think, as far as the people are concerned, I think this is why people join us. And they correct me if I'm wrong. Eric, Corey, Chanel, I hope I say the name right, but it's just why do you guys, follow not only Mad Mike Sports, Atlanta Falcons Nation, Pound for Pound, all these guys? Like, why do you follow these content creators? Because most of us just want they want to see the news. They want to see us break down every aspect. They want to know about the stats. They want to see some film breakdown. They want to see all this. They want to hear our takes. So we're not giving these the people that follow us because we're not getting it from D-Led. We're not getting it from Michael Rothstein and all these guys. We're not getting it. I mean, it's not a shot at them, but that's not what we're getting. So if they follow us for those reasons, I think we're doing them a disservice, not ourselves, because a lot of us do selfish content. We only create content that we agree with, and this is something that I'm guilty with as well. Is just like creating content that I want to hear. So this is why I got, I'm going out on a limb, and doing my predictions, who would win, and keys to victory, and having people that's on that may have a different perspective. But I think we owe it to, the people that watch us and support us to, exalt every avenue and not just one.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
And at the end of the day, it's just all about the people.
Well, man, hey, look, about 42 minutes in and everything like that. Um, we're gonna start getting ready to wind it down, but we're gonna go around. I want to get you guys final takes, and if, like I said, we ain't gonna do no score predictions, because, like I said, we're gonna let it roll and everything like that. But who do you think is going to be the breakout player for this matchup against Green Bay? Big Will, who you think your breakout player is gonna be, man?
Oh, I've been saying my breakout player gonna be Desmond Riddle. He going for 250.
Ooh.
He going for 250, man.
All right, all right. Blackberry, who's your breakout player, man, for this matchup?
It's kind of hard to call him a breakout player because he's very capable of doing this. But I think Kyle Algiers gonna have a career day against Green Bay. He's gonna have a career day.
Mad Mike, who do you think? Well, I would say not breakout player, but I'll say difference maker. Who do you think the difference maker is gonna be in this Green Bay game?
Michael.
I'll say this. They did a pretty good job of stopping the run, containing, I'll say, Justin Fields. I think if they go into thinking the same thing, that Desmond Ritter is going to be moving around like that, they're going to get their face smashed in like a good blowbang.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
So what you saying is, like, if they get caught standing in place too much?
Yeah, because like I said, they did a lot of spying on Justin Fields, and you do that with Desmond Ritter, Bijan Robinson, CP, all year, they gonna run through your face, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, they are.
I mean, because you can't focus on Desmond Ritter and his run again. That's what makes this team so dangerous because you saw it when they was focused on Desmond Ritter. Guess who leaked out? It was Bijan Robinson. He had 6 catches. So if they focus on that running game and the thing that Arthur's really doing is really sneaky right now. This is why Kyle Pitts is so important to this offense because he has some very huge blocks that open up those cutback lanes that everybody was so focused on. Why? Because he had Tyler Shear and Bijan Robinson in at the same time. You gotta pay attention to Kyle Pitts. You can't leave him one on one. So that's gonna leave Algier one on one with a linebacker in the middle of the field, or you leave Bijan Robinson one on one with a linebacker in the field. So this team, it's built differently, man. And just like one thing too, is you got CP coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Problems, man. I hate to be y'all, because CP is a huge human being, okay? That dude is just as big as Matt Hollins is. And that's saying something. And he's faster than Matt
That's saying
Hollins.
a lot.
I,
Saying
I,
a lot. And that's saying a lot too, because Holland got some burn.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to say, and I know this is probably gonna be it ain't gonna be controversial. I'm gonna say Pitts for one reason. Like you just said, you're gonna have a three-headed monster on the field. Remember last game, Pitts was more or less him and Drake were more or less like decoys. They allowed the running game to do what they do because while Kyle Pitts took the corners and the safeties' attention off the line of scrimmage, and it just left the linebackers to have to deal with it. I'm thinking Pitts because the one thing people are not paying attention to is Arthur Smith will have you so focused on the run game, and we all know Ritter has his strength is the short intermediate passes. And when you got Kyle Pitts, if they begin to put Kyle Pitts in motion or anything, and he can go across the field, he can take it up the side. It's gonna be hard to stop that man. You saw that pass he caught in the red zone. Now imagine that 2 or 3 times a game, to include Arthur Smith running them three down your throat. Because I believe this game he gonna mix it up. So once we get that running game established and going, watch you may see the short intermediate passes.
And that's why my guy who it was. I'm telling you, Desmond Ritter finna light something up now.
Mm-hmm. And
It's
we
all
all
about protection.
yeah. And the thing is, the blocking. This is what we tell y'all about the blocking. Don't think Arthur Smith ain't getting a behind about that blocking because we know for one thing, like you said, Jerry Gray's familiar with Green Bay, and most likely they're gonna try to blitz. They're gonna try to do what Carolina did. They're gonna try to blitz and they're gonna try to load the box.
Alexander prepared. This is why I said Drake London may have a big day because he's very aware of what Jair Alexander weaknesses are. So they're going to take full advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Gonna see Drake lined up. Wherever Jair at, he gonna be lined up on that side a lot. Because I don't think Jair's going. I don't think they're gonna have him traveling. So
No.
you're gonna see a lot of plays being migrated to where we get the mismatch or the mismatches with size
Right.
in the secondary.
And you got to think now that he has more of his ground weapons back. Remember, Arthur Smith can make one look turn into 4 plays easily. Easily. And don't think and every play he'll switch people up. Remember, if you look at any of the press conferences from this week, they're always talking about rotational defense and rotational offense. Y'all better pay close attention.
Mm-hmm.
Pay real close
But
attention.
that's why it's all about that protection. That I mean, I want people to understand this. This offensive line with the only person new on this line is Bergeron,
Right.
and he's damn good. So this the same unit that was third in the league in the offensive line efficiency last season. You think they not gonna come back strong? You think they're not gonna come back motivated?
This only game one. They ain't even got the mojo going.
That's it.
They,
Like I
this,
said on the Rex pit, this is we have fits with divisional opponents inside the trenches, because that's what a war is.
and see,
They're not a division opponent.
I'm gonna reiterate this again. They coming off a divisional opponent win. We are too. But I tell y'all, it's a different mindset when you done beat a divisional rival opponent and you going into game 2 knowing that you got divisional cushion right now. See, that's what y'all not that's what y'all forgetting. Like Panthers, they got it bad. They got 2 divisional opponents back to back. So they can't afford to lose neither one. Right now, we got a time right now to get our mojo going, to get our timing right. Everybody get their chemistry right. The last little hiccups out the way before we have to face our divisional rivals again. And that's what's gonna make the difference, because now these other teams, they get to build upon Ryan Nielsen and Jerry Gray. They get to figure out how they can confuse the offense on the other team. So, listen, man. Thank you guys for tuning in and whatnot. We getting ready to wrap this thing up. Before we get up out of here, get the guys' final thoughts and everything. Then we're gonna close out and give you guys your evening back. Start with Blackberry. Blackberry, man, you got any final words, man? You wanna lead the people?
I just want everybody to. It's one letter. It's one letter. Y'all got it? Can you hear me?
We hear you, bro. We hear you.
Okay. All right. It's one letter I want the fan base. It's one letter I want the fan base to focus on. That's the letter W. Forget about numbers. Forget about players' names.
Damn it.
Forget about players' names. Forget about players' numbers. Forget about what round they were drafted. Forget about the school they played at. Forget about all that shit. Just look at the W that's gonna be in the win-loss column at the end of the game. Since most of y'all don't pay no attention to the damn game in the first damn place. Just pay attention to the W.
All right, Mike. What's your final words, man? What you got?
So, I want to reiterate this. If you have a platform where you are monetized, you have an obligation. You have, especially if you're getting paid for this on any level, even if you're not, man, and you still have a pretty big platform. I think you're obligated to tell people the truth, whether or not you even, a fan of whomever. I think above all else, our personal feelings, people tune in to hear the truth, man. Right? No matter what. And I think I like to think that's what AFN, Holy Alliance, the conglomerate, that's what we stand for. The absolute truth, the facts, the stats, and the truth. We're not gonna sugarcoat it. We're not gonna run because I was wrong about Jalen Mayfield. I'm not gonna run because I was wrong about Matt Ryan being traded. I'm not gonna run because Julio Jones got traded. I'm not gonna run. We're gonna be right here to face the truth. All right. Just like Jesus did on that cross when he was executed. We're gonna stand behind our truth. All right. So that's all I gotta say about that. you love what we do, show us some motherfucking love and hit that goddamn subscribe button. That's all I gotta say about that.
I'm not associated with this heathen. I'm not associated with this heathen.
How this man gonna say Jesus Christ and then mother loving right after that?
Hey, he got the gasoline draw soaked today, boy.
Oh my Lord. What in the world?
Plenty of thugs. Peter, I'm trying to play me. He's like the motherfucking hell. Don't mess with my.
This show ain't for the kids, so hide the kids.
Oh,
Like,
man.
not worried about me cussing. Man.
Ebony and Ivory, together we would.
Abraham gonna kill his own kid. Don't try me like that.
Well, see you all since you all here, Miss Maggie.
Hey, is it my turn yet?
Oh, you look after the first lady. I'm gonna let you run wild. What's your final thoughts, Miss Maggie?
My final thoughts is, I put the question out there: are y'all enjoying the back-to-back content on AFN as of lately, and the individual channels of each show? We're here because my dream is to be the ESPN of Falcons content, and we're creating that right now. So get ready for shows every day of the week. We got Coach tomorrow, we got Regulators on Sunday, and we also have maybe a Saturday night fan appreciation. It's no longer going to be Friday Night Madness. It's going to be Saturday whatever. I don't know what y'all calling it, but that's where we'll have the fans come on.
I thought it was gonna be like Saturday Madness or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pep rally, basically. A pep rally for the Sunday game. And then, of course, we got the pre-game show, Regulators. And then we have the post-game. And, of course, start all over next week, Monday, all the way through Sunday. Something is on every week. So I appreciate y'all just really, really tuning in. Now, we're trying to get to 3K. So if you're new to the channel, even you Skank fan that's in the chat, if you ain't hit that subscribe, go on ahead and do that. And give this man right here, follow his channel. It's in the description, his YouTube link. Click on that channel because you're going to also see it over there as well. Let's build these guys' channels and platforms because guess what? We bigger than ever now. So I appreciate y'all again. But as far as the Falcons, look, they just getting started. Let them get a couple more games in, get jailed in. We got players that's getting healthy and coming back, possibly. Oh, yeah. The sky's the limit with this team. And I'm excited to see the development happen. Y'all just be patient with them. I know there's a lot of pressure on what Ritter is going to do, but Ritter is not the only player on the team. Let's keep that in mind. So let's see what's going to happen next game against Green Bay Packers, a whole different opponent. So we might see some more of the playbook coming out. We'll see. I got confidence in my team, but I'm also realistic here. So it's probably going to take us a while to really get it all down. But once we do, it's on. That's all I got to say.
Big Will, Georgia Reaper, man. Give me your final thoughts, man. Tell them what's on your mind.
Hey, basically, Blackberry was saying what I was about to say of everything, man. Let's not get too caught up in what these 4-letter network and 3-letter networks say our team should be or where we should be at, man. Let's just enjoy what we got going on. Let's enjoy every win that we get, bro. It's our job as content creators to give these fans what these other network ain't giving them, which is the truth. You know what I'm saying? Which is the truth about our team. That's what we supposed to do. Let's focus on that, man. Let's focus on these dubs we get. Let's not try to critique and put down our players because they didn't have the amount of stats that the other networks say they should have. Let's just enjoy this ride, man. Remember, we didn't see the 2016 season coming either. Let's just remember that.
Right.
Hey, man, it's your boy Will the Georgia Reaper, man. That's all I got to say.
Well, look, I want to thank you guys for tuning in on this inaugural show. Look, shout out to everybody that's in the chat, all my AFN family. Like I said, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you keep up. Hey, I'm on Twitter. Make sure y'all, check me out. But I know y'all want to know what the end game is. So I'm going to tell you what the end game is. Right now, this ain't the 2022 Falcons. Stop thinking about that. This ain't the 16 Falcons. This is 2023. This is Arthur Smith. This is run the damn ball down your throat. You know what I'm saying? This is defense first. Look, people, we've been telling you all season. Now the season's here. All I'm going to tell you is pick your poison season. You heard it here first. ATL Sports End Game, and that's the end game.
Especially the down your throat part.
Manscaped after dark.
Damn heathen.
Inappropriate.
Even.
Inappropriate.
Hey man,
This fucking devil in disguise, I tell you.
you know what? Somebody look. We're gonna have to talk with you. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Look, we gonna give y'all evening back, man. Make sure y'all tune in to Coach and everything, and make sure you guys get ready for the Regulators pregame show. So hey, look, once again, we about to be the next ESPN people. You heard it here first. Ms. Magazine.
HomeTeamFish.com. HomeTeamFish.com. Go right now. Go right now to home. Go right now. Right now. HomeTeamFish.com. Go now.
All right, people. We out. Later.